What's going on, everybody? This is your man, Dr. John C. Turner, aka the Professor JT, aka Dr. JT, and we are here, season 5. We made it to April, baby. We are in what is
Yeah.
quarter two? Quarter two? Lord, geez, where is the year going? I mean, all I know is I'm getting more and more gray on my chin, so I'm just trying to stay in. That's all I'm trying to do. Just trying to stay focused, trying to let the Lord use me. And we got some great doctors. Hey, it's a family affair, folks. The Doctor Family Affair episode is here. I have the amazing Grimes, Dr. Justin and Dr. Tamika Grimes. And then we have the Colley Charleston family. We're gonna call them Dr. CNC. They out here and they are here. We are so happy that they are here tonight. So without further ado, we're going to ask the Grimes, Dr. Justin, Dr. Tamika, introduce yourself. Where did you get your doctorate from? What was your dissertation topics? And then from there, oh, we got some stories to tell. Welcome to the Doc Chat, Grimes family. Let us know a little bit about yourself tonight.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, always a pleasure to be in your presence. Excited to have this opportunity to join this wonderful conversation about doctors in the family. And so, Dr. Justin Grimes, we met at the University of Georgia, where we were in the same department, different programs.
Okay.
So, department was counseling and student personnel services. My program was college student affairs administration. And my dissertation was looking at what factors influence Black males to pursue PhDs in education. And for yourself?
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Tamika Grimes. I also, yes, completed my degree at the University of Georgia, and my degree is in counselor education. My dissertation topic was around rural school counselor professional identity and just understanding the influence of geography and community culture on the professional identity development of our school counselors.
We love that. And folks, this is husband and wife doctors. It's a double doctor in the house.
Yay.
Oh my good. The thing is, I know y'all go to the mailbox, or I know they come to your house with a delivery and they say, we have a delivery for Dr. Grimes, and both of y'all say, which one?
The funny part is when we get mail, it's got both of our names and it says doctor in front. It's like, I don't know who's gonna open it, but either way, we're not gonna go wrong.
We love that. We love that. We appreciate the Grimes family here on tonight. And we have a mother and daughter Dr. Combo on here tonight, Dr. Vanessa Colley and Dr. Deja Charleston. So, Dr. Vanessa, welcome back to the Doc Chat Show.
Thank you for having me back.
Let us know a little bit about yourself, where you got your doctorate degree from, and what was your dissertation topic?
My doctorate degree was from Trevecca Nazarene University in Nashville, Tennessee. And my dissertation was on teachers' attitudes. It was a qualitative study on teachers' attitudes towards teaching elementary math.
We love it. We love it. And Dr.
I'm so
Davis
proud.
Charleston, yes, yes. You know what I'm saying? She kind of bringing up that was Gen Z. Is that what you in out there? Is that what you're in? Because we a little seasoned over here, but we appreciate the youth going on and getting that doctorate degree. We appreciate that. So let us know what your doctorate program was and what was your final topic as you got that doctorate degree done.
So I am a recent graduate of the University of the Incarnate Word as of December 2025. I have my doctorate in physical therapy. And lucky me, I did not have to do a dissertation. So, aha.
Hey, I'm not bad at, and we have to realize, folks, different programs, you do different things. But hey, as long as you earn that doctorate degree, you know what I'm saying? I know Dr. Grimes. If you don't know, this man got the greatest brand ever that will let you know my doctorate degree is earned. It's not honorary. And I appreciate you for that, my guy. I appreciate you for that.
Absolutely. I mean, you see the shirt right here behind.
That's right.
I'm telling you, boy, he'll put that out there, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And folks, if you're checking us out, if you're here checking us out, make sure you let us know in the comments where'd you get your doctorate degree, where you're checking us out from. Show these doctors some loves, and we appreciate them being on the Doc Chat tonight. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it. We got a married couple on here, and Yeah. How did y'all meet? How did this happen? Yo, how did it come about? Both of y'all working on doctor degrees and y'all just coming together. Let's start with the very beginnings.
Yeah, that's a good question. So it was my first year. It was 2014. My first year in the doctoral program at the University of Georgia. This was my first class. This was your first year, but also your second class. And our program had a class, because we're in two different programs, again, the same department. Our first research class was together, but that class was not in Athens, Georgia. It was in Gwinnett County. So it was in the Gwinnett campus, not too far from Atlanta. And so we walk in, me and my cohort, my compadres, and we like, oh, okay, cool. We good. It's just a few of us. And then in walks this other group of people. And I think they were a little offended by the fact that we were in their seats. Like, I think they had taken some ownership of those seats.
Yeah.
And so one of the assignments that we had was to start to work through our research topic and research questions. And me being the single Black man that I was at the time, I said, okay, this class got a lot of Black women. So let me invite all the Black women to this coffee shop. and whoever comes, I feel like this might be somebody I can court, right? Somebody I can spend some time with. And the last person to show up, who was afraid to park in the parking lot because she was afraid her car was going to get towed. And I said, just come on. Like, I'm looking at the car. You're fine. And so there we met, and then we had class. Sometimes we were in person, and then the opposite week we were virtual.
Yeah.
And so again, I'm a single Black man, so I'm just trying to get to know the person. And I said, hey, we got this, we got to meet virtually. Like, do you want to meet together? And she invited me to her apartment. Why she did that with a complete stranger, I don't know, but she did. And we started hanging out, a lot more. And I was like, I think this is a person I really enjoy spending time with. And during that time period, we supported each other through the comprehensive exam phase, through the dissertation phase. Nice. Actually, in our last year was the busiest. In 2017, we were dissertating, wedding planning, and job searching. She was job searching all at the same time. Wow. And we were living in two different cities. She was living in North Carolina, back at her home where we now live. But she was doing a visiting role, and I was still in Georgia. So we're going back and forth to 4.5 hours. Wow. So we have spent a lot of time together on the road.
That's beautiful.
You got anything to add?
Yes.
Oh, I would just add that my cohort had been there for an entire summer already. So we had kind of established our places in the room. So it really was a shakeup, shall we say, when these folks showed up in the room. So yes, that we really were a little salty. That's true.
You see the way that she looked at the folks like, hold on, yeah, y'all was in our seats. I remember that. I remember
the unassigned assigned seats.
Yeah, unassigned seats, exactly. They were missing
programs, and them classes be like church folks. I'm telling you.
Yeah, don't sit in my seat.
Don't sit in my seat. It's real.
Yeah.
And don't park in my parking spot.
That too.
Yes.
We love it. Folks, if y'all checking us out, go ahead, hit us up in the comments. Let us know. We appreciate these great doctors that are on here tonight. This is the Doctor Family Affairs show with the Doc Chat. And we're going to go to the mother-daughter combo. And so, Dr. Vanessa, you went on and got yours, and then looks like somebody was kind of peeping you out. What did it mean for you to get yours done? And what did it mean for you then to see your daughter go and pursue hers?
First of all, I wanted to get mine done before I turned 50. So that was a goal. I've always wanted to be their role models. I have 2 daughters, by the way, and I've always wanted to be their role models. And it was something that I wanted to do for myself. I had the support there. My husband supported me. My girl supported me. My mother supported me. I remember before she passed, I was talking to her in the hospital bed, and I was sitting on my computer. I said, Mom, I think I want to go back and get a doctorate degree. She said, why don't you? So she passed in 2015, but I didn't start until 2019 because I I had some issues when she passed. So once I knew I was focused and I was ready to go, I started in 2019. Of course, COVID hit in March 2020, and I kind of slowed down. Then things were kind of slowing down. I was at home, but the cohort that I was in finished a year before I did. Um, they finished a year before I did because I kind of fell back a little bit.
Yeah.
And then when those payments started coming every month, I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. I got to get done.
Yeah.
And so I called the Dr. L is what we called him. He's over the entire program. I said, look, I want to finish this. I want to get it. I want to get it finished. I'm not going to procrastinate. And the best thing about it is that he became my advisor.
Beautiful.
And we were going back and forth almost every weekend until I got it done. And yeah. Oh, and they kept me motivated. They would call me and say, "What chapter are you on? Have you did you get up today? Have you typed anything today?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, every day, almost every day. Have you been on that? It was crazy. But yes, they stayed on me as well. And then to see her, always knew she could do it. Just always, of course, this is my child. Just brilliant from a baby. And I just always knew, when you hold your baby for the first time, you have expectations and you want them to be great. And I just always knew it was there. I just knew it was in my girls, not by my doing, but God's doing. And I trust and believe him in him. And this is what happened in December. And yes, I'm so proud. I'm so proud. One more to go. One more to go.
Okay. We love that. We love that.
I'm so proud of her and sticking in there, and the path she took to get there is just amazing. And I thank God for it.
It's beautiful. That's beautiful. And Dr. Charleston, seeing your mom go to it, and then you said, I'm gonna put my foot to the gas pedal. I think I'm gonna get mine too. What made you go get yours? But first, what was it like watching your mother go get her doctorate degree? I know that had to be something.
We're her bullies, but we're supportive bullies.
Okay.
And fun fact, the goal was to always be the first doctor in the family. So mama beat me to it, but that's okay because we're here.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I think I graduated undergrad in 19, in spring of 19. And so I can't remember exactly when you started, I'm sorry. But I will say that by the time I moved to Birmingham after that. And I would call like, hey, what are you doing? How many words have you typed today? How many hours have you been sitting at your computer? Oh, just one? Huh. I need to do 2 more. We did. But it was fun. And I think that, and obviously, we could see that it was hard, like nothing worth having comes easily. And seeing that it was just like, okay, like you put your mind to it, you have to do it. Like there's no giving up, because if you don't do it, who else is going to do it? Okay. So we were like very supportive of my mom. That's so weird to say when I talk to that's my mama. I'm sorry. We always say mama.
No apology.
So when she graduated, it was, and we were in Nashville, of course. It was hot, it was muggy, but I didn't care. I was there, I was ready to hoot and holler. And that's exactly what we did. And it's funny because that same day my sister graduated with her undergraduate degree back home. So the family had to split up and support each party, essentially.
Wow.
Yeah.
So my husband and I flew from San Antonio to Nashville to be with my mom. And my dad ended up staying home with my sister as she graduated from undergrad. And then after, I would like maybe a few weeks after, my dad was able to see her cross the stage because we reenacted it at church for her.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing. Now, my husband and I weren't there, but we saw the initial moment, and you know, it was still support, still love, all the things.
Indeed.
But yeah, like it was a rewarding experience, and it's just like, okay, like if my mama can do it, I know I can do it. So I just had to keep going. Because I was actively in PT school at the time. I was just like on a semester break.
Okay.
So in between semesters. So I'm glad I was able to see her walk the stage. And like I said, hoot and holler. That's what we love to do at a graduation.
We do. We do.
That's right.
We take education very seriously.
We love that. We love that. Folks, we're here on the Doc Chat. We have Dr. Tamika and Dr. Justin Grimes. We have Dr. Deja Charleston and Dr. Vanessa Colley. And the Grimes are getting love out here, love out there. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't know you get a doctorate degree in forestry. Hey.
Oh.
UGA, them dogs out there barking. I'm telling you,
it's a serious program. It's not one to play with. It's not easy.
I love that. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna go into that. You're talking about a couple together going through the rigors of a doctorate program. It's hard enough when it's just you, but you're talking about both of y'all. So tell me about the real. What did y'all see? Hey, babe, I could tell you, whoo, yeah, this might be getting to you. Or I could tell maybe you need to. What were some of the things that y'all saw going through the program? Especially y'all had research one institution. Folks really don't understand that. What were some of the struggles y'all came into, and how did y'all manage going through those together?
Go ahead.
Well, as you were asking the question, I was actually thinking about the ways that we supported each other. And maybe that helped alleviate some of the like stress and strain. So for me, my program was, I always say it's technically part-time, but it felt like full-time because it was an evening program for folks who were working full-time. So I did a lot of back and forth commuting with some classmates. I was also a GA. I had a graduate assistantship. So we spent a lot of time like checking on each other in offices. He would make meals, so I would know that I had food. We would help each other out in terms of just like going for walks together. If it's like maintaining, good physical health, good mental health, mental wellness, because it's like managing class load, managing time with graduate assistantships, all of those things could heighten our stress. So I think we did a nice job of trying to figure out ways to help each other manage those. I'm a counselor by training, so I'm a strong advocate for counseling, and we did plenty of that as well to protect our mental health during those just that phase of like classes and getting into the dissertation phase.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think to add to the question that was asked, some of the challenges are, we met each other in our 30s. And so we had prior work experience, life experiences, relationships, different life perspectives. And so you got your perspective and I've gotten mine. I come from a higher education background. She's coming from a K through 12 background. And so though it's education, it's not the same type of education.
That's right.
So merging those things. I'm an only child. She has sisters. So that dynamic and how you bring those families together, I think could present its own set of challenges. And I would say just even in the experience of pursuing the doctoral degree, I think, anybody who's doing one, like, I think everyone's a high achiever. If you decide you want to do this, high achieving is definitely within your skill set.
That's true.
But our path to get there and when we wanted to get done, I think was different. We got married on February the 10th. I was not going to go into that wedding having to think about a dissertation. So I defended the week before the wedding.
Wow.
Did a single person do that?
Yeah.
You got this major stressful event in planning a wedding, and that's enough time in itself. Yeah. And my fiance is in a whole nother city. And I'm trying to work on my experience. And so I think that's one way that we supported each other, is in that experience. We had to learn how to work together, how to have difficult conversations, how to agree and disagree, how to see this not as a competition. We're not competing with each other in the sense of like, I got done first, you got done second. We're trying to get to the end goal, which is to cross that stage and be the doctors in our family. And so for that, I think it will be the best.
Time management is difficult on your own, I think, but figuring out how to balance two people who were a lot different in our time management strategies and the way that we work was probably another just like struggle of trying to figure out how to manage those and how to accept that somebody does things differently from you, and how to navigate those. So again, communication was super important there also.
Love that. And that's some powerful stuff right there. And just that pushing to get each other through, and it's not competition, and having that communication. People don't know there's folks that ain't working on doctorate degrees can't even do that right. So I mean, hey, that is some powerful stuff right there. Absolutely powerful stuff. And Dr. Vanessa and Dr. Deja, so you both being mother-daughter, you're looking at this big picture scheme of trying to be the first in the family to be a doctor. But what does it truly mean now that you are doctors to be doctors in the family? How do the family look at y'all, knowing that y'all are carrying this wonderful title now?
Deja, you want to go?
I'll let you go.
Needless to say, they were all very proud. But when I was going through the program, I was not even thinking I'll be the first doctor in the family. I was just trying to finish. I was just literally not even thinking of that. It was just something that I wanted to do. I had the motivation to do it. I knew I could do it. And it was never the thought of just being the first doctor in the family. But it feels good. I know that they are proud of me. I know that they are proud of Deja. I mean, I just, that's all I can say is that I was just trying to get through this program. And I wanted to, like I said, be role models for my girls. Indeed. And like she said, if I could do it, they can do it. I was working. I was taking care of house, all those things. So I just want them to see that they could do it too. And they have it in them to do. I've always known they've had it in them to do. Now, me, on the other hand, I've said this before, and I'm just going to say this again. And it's not that I didn't think I was smart enough to do it. I was never told that I was smart. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I knew I could, because I'm so determined. If I go in the kitchen and something didn't come out right, I'm going to do it again. I'm just that kind of person. Yeah. So yeah, it was in me to do, and I wanted to do it.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah.
To add to what Mama said, the family. I mean, our family and friends are definitely ecstatic. I mean, were and still are. I don't look at it as. I look at it as an achievement, but I don't look at it as I'm a doctor. I don't know. I feel great having it, and I kind of feel like my mom. Like I was just trying to get done. If I can, so my journey didn't go the way that I planned for it to go, but it went the way that God planned for it to go. So a little bit of backstory. I attempted PT school 3 times. The first time, I didn't really know what to do. I was asking for help and wasn't getting it. And I felt like a minority and not a priority. So I ended up withdrawing and, getting my master's degree instead. After that, I got accepted to University of the Incarnate Word here in San Antonio, and I started the first semester. And we had just moved here. It's just the 2 of us. We were engaged at the time, and it was just, an adjustment.
Right.
And then I was dismissed due to exams, final exams.
Okay.
And then I appealed, got approved, and started over. And here I am. Like, I finished exactly when God wanted me to finish.
That's right.
And while they were here back in December, my mom's a waterhead. I don't know if y'all know.
I am.
Such a waterhead.
She's been close to it on this show already. She's been close.
I know.
We
And
love that. Dog. We love it.
I went to the hotel where my parents were staying, and she said, "I'm just so proud of you. Like, you stuck it out. You said you were going to do it, and you did it."
Yeah.
And for me, I'm the oldest, so I always felt like I had to just do things, and set an example for my sister. And essentially, the degree, and I've told her this, the degree that I just obtained was for her.
Wow.
And my husband has been with me every step of the way. We got married while I was in PT school, by the way, so I understand Dr.
Yeah.
However, the degree was for her. He was with me the whole time, so his name is on the degree.
Yeah, there you go.
And my white coat was for my parents.
Wow.
I cried.
So, and I know, and she just boohoos, and she was hugging me while crying and talking, and I said, "Mom, like, I'm always gonna make something shake. Like, I'm always independent. I'm always going to make something shake. I'm always going to find a way to make something happen."
Yeah.
So, like, there's no giving up. You just have to do it, because if you don't do it, who else will?
That's it.
I look at it as a big achievement.
Indeed.
And Deja, real quick, what about the thing that you did for yourself to make it better for you to go through PT school? You want to talk about that?
Mm-hmm.
What some people don't know about, and that you could get for yourself in college, that you can get. I work with the kids sometimes in school.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I just think it's important that people know this.
Okay. So I did, let's see, I've always been smart.
Mm-hmm.
However, like, I always needed a challenge, which was fine. But I think getting older and being in grad school, I was in grad school around COVID. Like, I started my first round of PT school in 2020.
Okay.
And I realized that my focus was just off. And I've always had like an issue with staying focused and being on task. And so I said, okay, maybe I should talk to like the psychiatrist. And I ended up getting evaluated and getting testing accommodations, which is what really helped me throughout my program. So a great thing, like, if you feel as though there's something that's kind of hindering you, always look for resources. I'm always big on resources. Like I said, I'm always going to make something shake. So going to a behavioral health center and getting the accommodations and then submitting it to my school, it was really easy. Everyone was supportive. And how it worked out was that I would get time and a half for quizzes, exams, and and practicals. And when it came to like this, how can I say it? It's like a final exam, but it's not written. It's more like a skills exam.
Okay.
Called an OSCE, OSCE. And so when it came to documentation and doing the documentation during that time, I'm able to breathe. I don't feel like I have to rush because I do have anxiety. So having those accommodations really helped. And even now, as I prepare for boards at the end of this month, like, I have my testing accommodations. So I don't have to rush. I don't see that timer and I get freaked out. And, because once that happens, you can't focus on the task at hand.
Good.
So, yes, if anyone, out there is going into a doctoral program or already in a doctoral program, or it doesn't necessarily have to be doctoral. If you feel as though you're having issues focusing and getting tasks done, I urge you to look into the resources that you have available, because they may help.
You can get an IEP for college.
Yeah. And doctorate programs, master's programs, very, very important. And we just truly all want to say, you know, we're proud of you, Deja. Dr. Deja, we are proud of you, because the number of individuals that don't get the proper assistance, one, because of pride, you know, they don't want people to know, oh, I had to get extra help. And two, because they don't think it's real. But we know these classes, these programs, the vigor and rigor of it all. I mean, it will have you ready to just do some crazy stuff, because you're like, what is, but then it just shows, hey, there might be something more going on with me. And that's okay. That's what a doctorate program is supposed to do. It's a discovery, not just of what you're discovering, but discovery is you as well. So we're proud of you. We're definitely proud of you. Folks, we're here on the doc chat, halfway into it. I'm telling you, time flies when you're having fun, and we're having fun with the Grimes doctors and the amazing Colley and Charleston doctors. So I want to continue this part of the conversation because I think it's rich, especially the work that you do, Dr. Tamika. Kind of tell us, and you as well, Dr. Jets, what do you tell individuals going through these programs? What is something that you feel like, okay, we went through it together. What is something you need to tell individuals that are working on doctorate degrees now that's like, hey, I wish somebody would have told me this, and you should know this?
Wow. So I think the first thing, kind of building off of what Dr. Charleston was just talking about, and Dr. Turner, what you were just talking about, is to pay attention and know what your resources are around campus. Don't be afraid to ask for help. This is one of those like journeys that test you in new ways, and you may find that you need different resources for the graduate school journey that are different from what you needed from undergrad. Graduate school just makes you work in a different way. It is a different beast altogether. And so not letting that pride get in the way. In my particular profession and field of counseling, I always tell students, you have to trust the process. So sometimes it may feel like you don't know what's going on. But if you are willing to lean into the learning, you're usually going to come out going in the right direction. And you will learn so much about yourself in that process. What you gain both personally and professionally will make you a better counselor down the road. And I think in any discipline, what you learn about yourself through the process of going through graduate school makes you a better person on the other side of it. Resilience, that's what I just heard in Dr. Charleston's story. You gain a lot of that through this experience of graduate school. And so those would probably be my first set of, tips that come to mind when I'm thinking about managing and making it through graduate school.
Yeah. To add, I say have fun. This process is stressful in itself.
Try to as much as we can.
Listen, if you want to go to that happy hour and you try to decide between happy hour and writing that extra paragraph, just go to the happy hour and enjoy yourself.
Take a break.
Right?
Please go.
Build community with other people. Don't think that you have to do this alone. This is a very isolating experience. And there are points in it where it feels like you're the only one going through it and know it, but you're not. So it's important to have the right support around you. And people who like champion you, people who will bring a hot meal to you, people who will pick up your stuff or take your stuff to dry cleaning, people who will say, I can't do much, but I'll meet you when you get your oil changed. Like just find the people that you need around you. And do not forget to take time for yourself and your family. As much as this is a big accomplishment especially for Black folks and people of color in their families, Like your family may not fully understand exactly what's going on, but take time to just enjoy your time with them. You know, my dad was living, he had probably an undiagnosed learning disorder. But one thing my chair told me is, Justin, when you're writing and you're thinking about this process, approach it like a conversation with your dad.
That's good.
Keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people don't want to hear the complications of methodology and theoretical frameworks and other things that we do, right? But they just want to know. They just want to know you're fine. They want to know you're fine. And the last thing I would say is, if you don't believe in something's higher power, or whatever you want to call it, find it. Because I feel like that's key to the end of this journey, is connecting and realizing like you're not in control. There's a lot of things I've done professionally where I feel like I was in control, but doing a doctoral degree, you realize you don't have no control over this. Then people are gonna tell you when you're done. They're gonna tell you what's approved and not approved. And I think that can be very hard, especially for high achievers, for people who are highly successful. It's being able to position yourself to say, I don't know, and that's okay. And I'm doing it so I can learn, so I can get done. And at the other side of it, celebrate. So, Dr. Charleston, I'm still going to celebrate you. Even though we just meeting here, I'm celebrating the moment because I recognize how rare it really is.
Woo, that's good.
How rare it really is for people to have the title of doctor and know what that experience is truly, truly like. And we didn't talk about this, but I also champion your husband. And the fact of like being able to be around and be present for that. To witness a person go through this is really, really special.
And stick with it. Yeah.
And stick with it is really, really special. God all over you and your family for that. Because it's a hard journey. And so not everybody gonna come along with you. But if he's still there in San Antonio, I rock with him.
Listen, I appreciate that. I cannot tell you how many times, because it is a lot, and you think of all the information, skills, and exams and all that stuff. I can't tell you how many times I would blast my gospel music on the way to school and sit in the parking lot in my car and just boo-hoo. And it wasn't sadness, it was happiness that I'm in the place that I prayed to be. Was it hard? Yes. But God was going to see me through it.
That's good.
And I would boo-hoo, nose red, everything. And I'm in class. Hey guys, how are y'all doing? And then there were also the days where I was just like, my husband's name is Tyler. I would just, and we were like two ships passing in the night sometimes because he's also in school. He's finishing up his bachelor's degree.
Okay, right now. Good for him.
And so our schedules were just weird, and he also works full time. So some days I wouldn't see him. So the days when I knew he was at home, and I was out of class, I would come home and I say, hey, how are you? And he asked me how I was doing. And then next thing I know, I'm like, I need a hug. And I would hug him and I would just cry for about anywhere between 2 and 5 minutes. And after that, I'm fine. Like having someone there, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a significant other, just having someone, whether it's a friend, roommate, whatever, just someone that not only one, you have to be able to trust them. That's number one.
That's
you have
good.
to be able to trust them.
Yeah.
And they have to, be supporting you in some kind of way.
Indeed.
Indeed. So that way you're comfortable enough to share those feelings. So I can't tell you. There have been plenty of days that has happened.
Look, you ain't telling us nothing. We know. We know. Dr. Vanessa, your thoughts.
We know. Okay, what was it? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Just whatever you have on your mind, just kind of thinking about that next generation, stuff that you went through, stuff that you saw your daughter go through. What would you tell them? What would you tell that next generation of doctors coming through?
Oh. You can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. And I'll say this. I remember the Sunday before I started the program, I just went and laid myself on the altar and I just boo-hooed. And my mom, like I said, my mom had passed. So all the mothers in church just came around me and they hugged me and they cried with me. And they were saying, you know, that it may be hard, but you can do it. You know, I had those people there to support me. So piggybacking on what Dr. Charleston was saying, you have to have that support around you, people who, you know, that love you. These ladies love me. They took me in like a daughter when my mom passed. And just to, one of the things that I had to be was I had to become more organized. I was not as organized as I thought. You know, I had legal pads. I can't tell you how many legal pads, post-it notes, highlighters I went through, index cards. It was just stuff. And then we have an office. And then my husband was, like I said, it was COVID. He was working from home. And I needed to get in there and I needed to do my work. So it was it was rough for a while, but we figured it out. And like I said, running a household, they were, of course, they were adults, Deja and my other daughter, so they weren't in the house, but still I had things that I needed to do, wash clothes and things like that. So I had days where I did certain things. A lot of times I had to say no, I can't go. You know, I have to stay here and do this. I felt bad, especially on Sundays when I had to miss. I had to miss church, you know, because I had this deadline that had to be met. You know, but I always felt like God understood. God knew. This is Him getting me through this. You know, I have to sacrifice, and I just feel like you have to. I will say this: the hassle was worth the tassel. I will say this, it was worth it. But just the director of my program would always say, stay on the path. Of course, I got off the path, but I would advise anybody to stay on the path. Don't go looking for help outside of your people, your editor, your advisor, what you have at your school. Don't go outside of that. That's what I would say. Stick with the plan. You know, they gave us this calendar. You follow that calendar. Stick with it. When this is due, make sure it's turned in. And then don't worry about perfection. As we were talking before we started, we found out we couldn't write, right?
Yes, that's what we talking about.
That's
right.
thought we could. You know, you get back these notes, you need to move this period back. I'm like, how did you even see that? But you know,
it's true.
It was crazy. It was crazy. My reference sheet, when they sent that reference sheet back, I was like, oh my goodness. All the stuff you have to do. They didn't let me turn in junk. They don't let you turn in. I know University of Georgia didn't let y'all turn in junk. They didn't let us turn in junk. You know, so I do feel like I'm a better writer, you know, because of everything that I went through. But don't just think about everything being perfect. You know, I think that was part of my problem too. I wanted everything to be right. And I would stay on a page for hours. I'm like, this is crazy. So just turn it in, you know.
So, you can fix all that stuff later. And I'm telling you,
stay on the path.
And I was telling Dr. Vanessa before we started, especially in my first year, they hand them papers back, look like somebody spilled Kool-Aid on it. I'm telling you, it's just red everywhere. Just red. Like, what is going on?
Can I ask? Oh, sorry. Can I answer that really quick?
Go ahead.
So what Dr. Justin said earlier about you need to believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
And I will say during this entire journey, I repeated the same scripture back and forth to myself.
What was it?
Galatians 6:9.
Come on.
And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not.
Amen.
So you have to keep going.
That's it.
And you just have to keep going. Find your groove, find what works for you. And if something feels uncomfortable, most times it's because you need to do it.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good right
Most times it's because you need to do it. Just like, I don't think I ever told my mom this, but before we moved here, I cried every day for 2 weeks.
Oh.
Because I was like, Texas, what do you mean move to Texas? What do you mean apply to PT school in Texas? Every day for 2 weeks.
Oh.
I cried at least once a day.
You never told me that.
I know, Mom.
This is breaking news on the podcast, bro.
You're learning that.
And then
wait a minute, you try to clown. I'm talking about my mom's a waterhead. When you said that,
I mean, no, but like I said, usually I just handle things as they come. Yeah. But it was just so scary.
That's real.
And I also felt bad because at the time, my husband and I were engaged. So I felt bad having him follow me all the way out here, leaving his close-knit family behind, you know? Mm-hmm. So I also had to deal with that. But his grandmother said, why do you feel like that? And they live in the country. And she's 91 now. She said, you got to listen. And she said, you got to listen. He's a man. He's going to do what he want to do. I said, yes, ma'am. Okay, I'll stop crying. And I didn't cry anymore after that.
We appreciate Tyler. We appreciate that, good brother. And bless him as he's getting that bachelor's degree too. You know, and I got to say this. You talking about a man that supported a woman getting a doctorate and he's working on a bachelor's. That speaks volumes. You know, shout out to him. That's a big deal because we ain't going to go into the whole dating thing. That show's in a couple weeks, folks. Y'all check that out. But I'm telling you, boy, kudos to him. That's good support. Good support.
Yeah, we thought it was a long way too.
Yeah, all right, folks. We are headed to that finish line of a great show, but I want to give Dr. Jess and Dr. Tamika some time to tell us about now you're done with your doctorate degree. Y'all married. I got the house. I need Dr. Jess to talk about that book. I know I got one somewhere. Hold on, my God. Oh,
here we go.
Dude, I got it. This man sent me 5 copies, and I bless people with this book too. This book is powerful. Tell us about the book. Ooh. Tell us about what both of y'all are doing, and I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that I'm doing, I own a business called Apply to Graduate School, author of the book that he's shown, 20 questions to answer before you apply to graduate school. And one of the things that I tell aspiring graduate students now is think about all the avenues, opportunities that will come from this degree. We go into it to get a specialty in a specific knowledge or field, but what we can do with the knowledge and the skills we gain from that degree are not limited to just going to do one thing. I didn't know that going into it. Going into my degree, I always had one goal, be a dean of students. And now I have since left working in higher education, owning a business, or own 2 businesses, and just trying different things. So allow yourself to try different things. Mm-hmm. And what sparked all of that was the dissertation, looking at what motivated people to pursue graduate education. Thanks for pulling that up. Because I know that this is not something people have haphazardly decided to jump into. I want people to be thoughtful about their decisions to go into graduate education. I want them to pick the right programs for themselves. Again, we start with a goal and the dream of what we want this degree to do for ourselves, and then we never know what's going to happen. My mom, when she was alive, jokingly said, you know, my wife Tamika, she didn't come into grad school to find no husband. You just interrupted that plan. And so be okay with allowing your plan to be interrupted. Mm-hmm. Be okay with the fact that everything is not going to happen the way you want to, but that you're on the path of what exactly God wants for you. And I love the work that I do, coaching people on selecting graduate programs. I love being able to take what I learned from being a recruiter, from being an admissions co-coordinator, to all the things that I did in my career, and can impart that into the next working professional, the next student who goes forward. I miss academia sometimes until I hear the conversations from my wife as a professor and what she deals with. I'm like, I'm good. I'm glad I'm not dealing with that. But and I'll stop there just to share more about what she does. And you see the website there, applytograduateschool.com. Love to have your support, but I'll pass it on to her to share her feedback about her journey and experience.
Yeah. Well, my husband, I guess, already gave the inside information there. I am an assistant professor in higher education in the Department of Counseling at Wake Forest University. And so this has been important journey towards tenure. So I think most of us who go into higher ed or into academia, that's one of those goals that we have. And so I'm real close to that finish line. I'm hanging in there and I'm trying to reach that final, well, we'll call it the intermediary goal because there's another one after that too. But working towards tenure and just really trying to embrace getting back into my counseling role and just doing some work to continue to support students. I was a school counselor, so just really enjoy working with children and adolescents, particularly children of color. And so trying to get back into some of that as well to brush up on some of those skills.
You made me think of one thing. We're parents. We have a 4-year-old, and so we're not pressuring her to be the next doctor. If that's the journey and path, great. If it's not, great. But I think it is a privilege and an honor to be able to know that we have a child who has the background, or let me say that she comes from a lineage of folks who have the highest level of academic degrees that you can get. And so she'll know that the possibility of getting this is real for her. And I think that's the beauty too of the degree that we have, is that it's not just for us, it's for our family, it's for our neighborhoods, it's for the church mothers, the elders, it's for all people who have met us and known us along our journey, who can say, I know a doctor. And that means a lot to me that we can be able to do that.
Absolutely. And
nice.
And as we're bringing up the work, of course, you do, Dr. Tamika, what is one thing you would say about your doctorate program that you would want people to know? Because counseling is a different type of field. And I know higher ed is like Dr. Justin. So what would you tell somebody that wants to go that route?
I think there are a lot of journeys that people can take as they go into graduate degrees. But I think there's real value in the practice of counseling. And so if you're interested in going into a graduate program, whether that's a master's degree or a doctoral degree in counseling, particularly a doctoral degree, I think taking time to actually practice in the field is really valuable. You'll be able to use that in your teaching, in your supervision with master's level students. You'll be able to use that kind of as you build your dissertation. A lot of they call it me search, right? I was a teacher, a middle school teacher in a rural area. And so that kind of was a part of the reason that I ended up doing research on rural school counseling. But rural school counseling was actually at the time very limited in terms of the scope of research that was being done for that particular population. So that time of practicing in the field is really valuable if you're planning to go into a doctoral program in counselor education.
Good stuff. All right. And the mother-daughter doctor combo. You're now doctors. What are you both working on, and what is next for you as you're moving forward? I know, Dr. Charles, you said you got some big exams coming up soon.
Yes, I take my board exams at the end of this month.
Okay.
So I am dealing with that, but all will be well. And my goal, I didn't mention it earlier, but my goal is to work within a NICU. So I would like to be a NICU PT. However, I am interested in early childhood intervention. And I was also selected to start a pediatric physical therapy residency in July.
Whoa.
So I'll have that under my belt. So I start that in July, and by the time I finish next July, I'll have enough. I'll have refined my skill set and have enough experience to sit for the PCS, which is the special pediatric specialty exam. Okay. So afterwards, I will be a physical therapist who specializes in pediatrics.
Beautiful. All right. Hey yourself, Dr. Vanessa. What are you working on? What's going on in your world now that you're a doctor?
Well, I have always had an entrepreneurial spirit. So I'm working on some things. I like to move in silence. Of course, I would let you know, but I have some plans.
Okay.
To move away from what I'm doing, teaching. I have some plans to move away from teaching, and what I've currently been doing just through my church is Christian education, and I'm really liking that more than I'm liking my job. It's the things that we do for God that last. So I really have been just enjoying that part of uh, what I do as far as education. And my doctorate was in leadership and professional practice.
Okay. Good.
Um,
Good.
what people always say, well, why don't you be a principal? That's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
That is not what I want at all.
Yeah.
So I'm like my baby says, I'm making some things shake.
Okay.
We
I'm gonna
love
use
that.
that.
I like that.
We love
I'll
that.
make some things shake, but I will let you know. I will let
I
you know.
appreciate it.
And just hoping to step away from that role of teaching.
No problem. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And we
Hmm.
had one more comment here. I wanted to make sure we got to. Somebody did just like I believe you kind of said, Dr. Vanessa got that COVID and then kind of stopped. But
Yeah.
what would you tell her just real quick to make her say, go get that doctor degree? What would you tell
It is so worth it. When you cross that finish line, just the lift that comes off of you when they say congratulations, just to hear the word congratulations, doctor. Um, there are benefits to becoming a doctor. I'm still, navigating my way. And then I'm going to be honest, everybody's not going to be happy for you.
her? That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to be happy for you. So expect that. People will know you're a doctor and they'll still call you something else, Uh,
To your face. To your
yeah, oh, absolutely. But just hang in there, know what your end goal is, and just be prepared for all the good things that come with becoming a doctor. Don't stop. It's, I remember when I did a defense virtually. And when they said congratulations, I mean, I boo hooed, I cried, I snotted. It's like, okay, I had to cut it off at some point. It was ridiculous. It was sad, but I don't care.
You're a doctor.
Go and get it. It's for you, it's for your ancestors, it's for my grandmother only went to the fourth grade. When she says from the country, we're from Alabama. I'm in Mobile right now. I'm from Mobile, Alabama. Okay. But the country is different from that. Okay. From the city. I'm actually in the city, but, she had, back then how you had to drop out to take care of, parents and things like that. That's what she had to do. And she was a maid basically. That's what her career was. So I did. Yes, I do this for her.
We appreciate
Yeah. I
that.
do this for my family, and it's so worth it.
Yeah.
Just go and get it. Don't
Go.
stop.
We
Don't
love
stop.
that.
If it
And
scares you, do it.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And my pastor here in Indianapolis, Dr. James Anthony Jackson, is from Mobile, Alabama. And I know his
Yay!
father is the pastor down there. So much love. Mobile, Alabama. Y'all kick out some great doctors. I will say that. Y'all
Thank
definitely do. And we appreciate y'all so much. So we got a couple more minutes. Final word. Dr. Charleston, what would you tell future Dr. Angelique here in her comment? What would you tell her in 1 to 2 minutes?
Like I said before, if it doesn't scare you, then it's not for you. But if it scares you, you need to do it. Also, just I feel as though find something that you like to do and turn it into a career. Find a program that matches with that. For example, like my mom's mom, she was the reason I left Mobile and went off to college. I didn't stay home and go to a local university. She said, I want you to do what you want to do. Because at the time, my dad and he wanted me to stay. You know, I'm the oldest. I'm daddy's little girl. I didn't want to stay. I didn't want that for myself.
Yeah.
And she said, I want you to do what you want to do. So do what it is you want to do.
I like that.
I don't know. I feel so much better being on the other side of it. Once you do and then you get to the other side, there's no other feeling. I'm sorry. Hands down.
Hey, we
It's no
appreciate
feeling
that.
like it. There's no feeling like
no
That's
other
right.
feeling.
That's right.
And then I think what did it for me was seeing my family, like how proud of my family was of me.
Yes.
That I think that was what made me feel the best. It's like, yes, I did obtain this degree, but I know that I made my folks proud.
We love that. We love that.
So.
Shout out to Alabama. I see you. That's my friend right there. We appreciate you. And we appreciate these great doctors and mother and daughter, Dr. Vanessa and Dr. Deja. We appreciate y'all. And so we go get the final word to the Grimes doctors. We got future Dr. Angelique. What would y'all tell her to make sure she goes and becomes a doctor herself?
As a graduate school strategist, I'm gonna tell you to go back and think about the reason why you first decided to apply. When you applied to that doctoral program, there was something you wrote down that you wanted to do. And there's something that happened after the fact that changed the trajectory of what that process was supposed to be. So there's some healing that needs to still probably take place there. There's something that got in the way, and I want you to get clear on what that thing is and write that down and speak to that particular fear.
That's good.
And then I also want you to write down, what would life look like for me 5 years after my degree is done? So 5 years after I'm done with my doctorate, what do I want my life to look like? And get clear on what's getting in the way for you.
That's good.
Because COVID was one thing, right? And so now we've had 5-6 years past that. What's really getting in the way now? And if you want to talk more about getting back into it, I'm happy to explore that more with you. But I know there's a reason why you signed up in the beginning. You don't go through all of that application, resume, application fees, just to say, you know what, I started and I don't want it. You want it. And the fact that you're here listening today is confirmation that you're still interested in it. And we just got to get to the clarity around what that thing is that's in the way so we can get that taken care of and move forward.
We love that. We love that. And Dr. Tamika, final word.
Yes, I guess we've been talking a lot. He started at looking at the past, and I was think about the future. What are your long-term goals, and how will getting this next degree help you reach those goals? And if you can see that plan, whether that's the doctorate or something else that's going to help you achieve that goal, then I say put one foot in front of the other and take those steps that you need in order to make that happen.
We love that. We love that. And that is another episode of the Doc Chat, folks. These great doctors, they brought the fire. They brought the shots. I mean, you can call them all Steph Curry's out here because they was on fire for deep. And I appreciate y'all so much. Dropping the dimes, dropping the tips, dropping the knowledge, everything that these folks need, and doing it as a family. I'm telling you, it is so beautiful to see. Thank y'all so very much. Next week, actually, we have a phenomenal show where we're bringing on our mental health doctors that are going to talk about mental health today and what we need to be doing to take care of ourselves. Week after that is a show on AI. The week after that is the show on relationships. And then our final week of April, we're going into why you should become a doctor. So future Dr. Angelique, you definitely might want to turn into that one because that's going to be a good one. And we want to announce as well, we're bringing back our Black Doctor Day Party, Washington, D.C., Juneteenth weekend. Oh, we walking into a place with tassels on. As Dr. Vanessa said, you know, the hassle's worth the tassel.
Oh, yes.
Let me tell you, a couple years ago when we had our amazing Juneteenth Day Party for doctors, I walked in there with my very good friend, Dr. Mariah, and there was a gentleman in there looking at us with tassels on and said, y'all look too smart to be in here. But let me tell you something. You have fun when you become a doctor. And that's what we want to keep going. We want folks to know we still human. We still go out. We still have a good time. Life changes, yes, because you're a doctor, but that don't mean you stop being who you are.
That's right.
That's the great part about being a doctor. So, folks, that's another episode of the Doc Chat. On behalf of these great doctors and all the great doctors in the Doc Chat Network, we want to say thank y'all so much. We'll see y'all next week, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And until next time, folks, we say peace out.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.